Hello and welcome to today's edition of the Arizona State Sun Devils Insider Podcast. My name is Kevin and I am the lead beat writer for Arizona State Sun Devils on SI. I'm so excited to join you today. We are now just over 2 months away from the beginning of the college football season for Arizona State and under 2 months away from the start of the college football season elsewhere, as week 0 has a major Big 12 matchup between Iowa State and Kansas State in Dublin, Ireland, the week before Arizona State kicks off the season against in-state FCS rival Northern Arizona. Um, Please follow me on X/Twitter if you get a chance. This is a new platform, so I didn't have a chance to put up the banner underneath me yet, but please follow me on X/Twitter at KHicks_21 if you get the opportunity to do so. Boots will be on the ground very, very soon at summer practices. Uh, I will do my best to get practice footage when I can post it on there. Press conferences, any and everything in between that you could ever want from Arizona State football content wise, I will do my best to get it to you. So, yeah, I'm so grateful for this. So thrilled for the season to get ready to jump off the ground. And yeah, today's episode gonna be a little bit of a fun discussion because, as you all know, EA Sports College Football 26, the revival of the college football video game franchise, was officially ushered in last year after the NIL era began and players began to be allowed to get paid for their likenesses. We all know the NCAA series got discontinued after 2013 with the 2014 version of the game, and it was on hiatus for over a decade. It came back last summer, and Arizona State was not expected to be very good, and thus they were handed, I believe, a 71 overall rating in the game going into last year, which was one of the lowest figures for a Power 4 team. And they proved everybody wrong, and that will not be much of an issue this year as they officially unveiled the ratings for the new drop of the game that comes out on July 10th. Arizona State's the number one rated offense in the game, at least tied for number one, alongside Texas, Ohio State, and Penn State. And their defense is ranked number 23, I believe, which it could arguably be even higher. We will get to that in short order. And overall, they're the 14th rated team in the game, second in the Big 12 behind Texas Tech, who, as we all know, could loom large as the biggest threat to the Sun Devils repeating as Big 12 champions. We all know the report's $55 million NIL budget, um, mass transfer portal success, second ranked transfer portal class in college football. They're returning a lot of starters. Baron Morton comes back at quarterback. They do lose Taj Brooks, but they should be able to rebound from that. The defense should be much, much improved under head coach Joey McGuire. So Texas Tech is certainly a team to watch for in the Sun Devils' pursuit to reach the college football playoff once again. But let's talk about the ratings. So obviously the developers are very, very high on the ASU offense, being tied for the best offense in the game alongside Texas, who has Arch Manning, who's probably the front runner to win the Heisman at this point. Ohio State, Julian Sayin, the dynamic freshman five-star quarterback, and Jeremiah Smith, who just had a 1,300-yard season as a freshman, and Penn State, who has Drew Aller, who's a serious Heisman contender and has probably the best weapons group of his collegiate career around him this season. So that's very, very high praise for the Sun Devils. We all know the coaching is just as important as the roster, and Marcus Arroyo coming back for a second year couldn't be more vital to the operations right now. His play calling was phenomenal last season, even if it became a little too reliant on Cam Scadaboo. What are you going to do? If it's not broken, don't fix it. the defenses simply couldn't stop Scatterbo on a regular basis. So just keep on doing what got you to that point. That's really what it comes down to, and that's why I believe the offense could be even better ceiling wise this season, because the running back room of Kyson Brown, Raleek Brown, and presumed starter Kanya Udo could make for a more unpredictable experience for opposing defenses. And let's talk about the wide receiver room. Last year, Xavier Guillory served his purpose. He did an admirable job in a handful of games, but the depth behind Jordan Tyson just wasn't up to par. We can be honest there. I believe that they do beat Texas if Tyson is out there, but he wasn't. So you gotta play with the hand that you are dealt. And this season, Jalen Moss from Fresno State, impressive 50-50 ball player. He's very good contested catching. He's very good at catching in traffic. He physical receiver despite being rather small frame wise. Should be a security blanket for Sam Levitt. Jaron Hamilton should be an absolute burner. 4-star recruit that didn't play much at Alabama, but now he has his chance to be a Jamison Williams in this Arizona State offense. And I am honestly thrilled to see what he can do this season. Chimon Mateer comes back as tight end 1 after a 5-touchdown season last year. He could very well be that red zone safety blanket once again. Of course, Sam Levitt, Jordan Tyson, one of the best duos in college football at any position group. Their connection, their rapport has been special from day one, and the offense is just dynamic. Kenny Dillingham's principles and base have paid dividends for the Sun Devils over time, and it's hard to see a world in where it doesn't keep on improving on a year-to-year basis. So let's talk about defense. So this will be quick. Brian Ward going to year 3 as the defensive coordinator, one of the more underrated DCs in the game. Very, very aggressive play caller, fearless, doesn't back away from his principles, what he stands for. And he has what could be the most talented Arizona State defense since 2021, maybe even 2014. You got talent on all 3 levels. On the line, you got Prince Dorba coming back after a 6-sack season 2 years ago. He played in 7 games last year, but they were largely riddled with injuries in between those. Elijah O'Neal, CJ Fight, we all know about Fight. He could have the highest ceiling on the team, even higher than a Sam Levitt or a Jordan Tyson. Linebacking room, Keyshawn Elliott, Jordan Crook, Zyrus Villasu. Very, very deep and talented linebacker room. And then the DBs. The DB room could be what really raises the ceiling of this team and what they can do on a national scale. Xavier Alford, probably the leader of the defense, could be an All-American candidate. He's that good. Miles Ghost Rouser, his safety companion, very physical, very ball hawk-esque. Keith Abney, Javon Robinson. We all know Robinson probably saved the Sun Devil season last year with that 65-yard interception return against BYU in what turned out to be the game that really put them over the top to get to the Big 12 title game. New additions in Kendrick Breedlove, who's probably going to play a lot of slot corner this year, and Nyland Green, former 5-star talent that absolutely could break out in his senior season in under Brian Carrington. We'll wait and see there. But the talent's absolutely there. There's not a lot of denying that. We'll just see what transpires in the coming months. But this Arizona State team is absolutely talented enough to make a run for the national title. We'll see what happens in what could be a more competitive Big 12 this season, and under a new college football playoff format that won't guarantee the Sun Devils' appearance in the top 4 of the seeding. And that'll do it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Once again, please follow me on X/Twitter at KHX_21, and I will see you tomorrow.